Tupac Shakur sold over 75 million records and built a booming acting career before a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas abruptly ended his life in September 1996. He was 25 years old. For nearly 3 decades, that night in Vegas stood as one of the most notorious cold cases in American history, passing without a single charge. Then, in September 2023, police arrested former street gang leader Duane Keefe D. He pleaded not guilty to a single count of murder. A suspect in custody usually brings a sense of closure to a true crime mystery. But in this case, a single murder charge actually highlights how much of the conspiracy remains entirely hidden. The upcoming state trial has a very specific, limited objective. Prosecutors only need to prove that Davis acted as the on-site commander who ordered the shooting that night. But recent grand jury transcripts and interviews from a Netflix documentary point to a broader assassination plot, suggesting the shooting was a paid hit rather than simple retaliation for a casino brawl. The criminal prosecutor is strictly bound to the charges filed against the man in the courtroom. They cannot legally compel testimony or pursue unnamed financiers if those people aren't sitting at the defense table. Securing a conviction for the street-level organizer leaves the deep pockets untouched. Reaching the actual source of the funding requires a completely different legal tool. To find that source, the Shakur family recently filed a wrongful death lawsuit in Los Angeles. This civil action is entirely independent from the state-run criminal trial against Davis. The suit was brought forward by Tupac's brother, Maurice Shakur, who is acting as the administrator for the estate of their late stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. Civil suits are almost always associated with chasing financial payouts. The legal filings here do ask for unspecified damages, but the family explicitly states their primary goal isn't a check. They are after information. They are leveraging a legal mechanism known as discovery, a process that grants attorneys the power to issue subpoenas, demand documents, and compel sworn depositions. By filing this suit, the family is using the civil court system to pry open leads that the criminal system left untouched. In a civil case, lawyers don't need a police detective to approve a search warrant. The discovery process gives them direct authority to demand evidence on their own schedule. They can legally subpoena bank statements, wire transfers, and tax returns to trace hidden financial records and locate the original source of the hit's funding. If an uncharged individual has relevant information, civil attorneys can force them to sit for a deposition under oath and hand over their internal emails and text messages. The lawsuit explicitly targets an unnamed associate who allegedly supplied the murder weapon, along with a wider network of co-conspirators who helped coordinate the attack. The filings aim to test a specific claim sourced from a recorded police interview with Davis, that Sean Combs offered a $1 million bounty to murder Shakur. Combs has repeatedly and vehemently denied any involvement in the shooting. His representatives publicly dismissed the claims featured in the Netflix documentary as a shameful hit piece. Private suspicions and street-level rumors are easy to brush off in the press. Discovery is the legal machine that forces those same people to answer questions under penalty of perjury. For nearly 30 years, public attention focused entirely on identifying the men inside the white Cadillac who pulled the trigger. This civil action redirects the spotlight to whoever signed the check. The 3 men riding alongside Davis that night have all died since 1996. Civil discovery bypasses those dead ends entirely, focusing instead on surviving individuals who may have financed the operation. The state justice system frequently hits a brick wall when direct accomplices pass away, or when statutes of limitations expire on peripheral crimes like racketeering or conspiracy. When criminal constraints shield higher-ups from formal prosecution, a private lawsuit often becomes the only viable path left for a victim's family to investigate the truth. The investigation is now a 2-pronged attack. The state prosecutes the street-level execution, while the family prosecutes the corporate-level conspiracy. Behind the legal maneuvers is a family that has spent nearly 30 years enduring a painful vacuum of definitive answers. As the criminal trial prepares to commence in August, the parallel discovery process threatens to unearth secrets regarding hip-hop's most volatile era. A complete account of Tupac Shakur's murder may never emerge from a police precinct. It might only surface through the relentless, subpoena-driven power of a civil court.